If you're anything like me, you probably think that the best thing at Red Lobster is their Cheddar Bay biscuits. I wanted to recreate them at home, so I looked up a bunch of recipes, and here's what I came up with. I started with some all-purpose flour. To that, I added some sugar. I will link the recipes I followed for inspiration down below. This is some Slap Yo Mama seasoning. It's like a Cajun seasoned salt. And here's some baking powder. Again, the recipes will be linked below so you can see the exact measurements. Here's some baking soda. Some garlic powder. And whisk that all together. And here comes the healthy part. Just kidding. The very unhealthy part. A lot of butter obviously goes into these biscuits, and I just smashed them up with my fork. They were very, very cold, maybe slightly too cold actually, but you know, I was able to get them smashed up pretty decently. Then to that I added a bunch of shredded cheddar cheese. And then some green onions. Then I poured in some cashew milk. All the recipes said to use either milk or buttermilk, but I didn't have that, so I used cashew milk, and it worked just fine. Then I kneaded this into, you know, a rough dough ball, and then I rolled it out. Once it was in somewhat of a rectangular shape, I folded it in on itself like this, kind of like an envelope, and then rolled it out again. And I repeated that process one more time. This gives it the nice flaky layers in the biscuit. All right, then I wrapped that up in plastic wrap and put that in the fridge for about an hour to chill. Then I took it back out on a freshly floured surface and I rolled it out to, I would say, about 1/4 of an inch thick, around there. I had to put some flour on my rolling pin because it was sticking. And I don't have any cookie cutters, so I used the lid of a mason jar to cut out the biscuits. Once I had cut them all out, I gathered up the remaining dough and reformed it so that I could create some more biscuits with those scraps. And this part was very satisfying. Does anyone else feel satisfaction from that? No, just me? Okay. So back to the biscuits. I put an egg wash on them and I baked them at 425 for 15 minutes. And in the meantime, this is what we made to have for dinner with the biscuits. We had grilled shrimp, zucchini, radish, tomato, scallions, and grilled chicken. So good. And here's the biscuits fresh out of the oven. They smelled so good, and you can see all of the buttery layers and the cheese. I mean, I'm gonna say it, these were actually better than Red Lobster's. I know it's a big claim, but they were amazing. I mean, it doesn't hurt that there was so much butter in there. Of course they're gonna be good, but I feel like mine were seasoned really well with that Cajun seasoned salt. Here's a look at the inside. You can see all that steam escaping. And we had to try one right out of the oven, and of course, put more butter on it, because why not? But these were, oh, so, so, so good. It was hard not to just eat them all. She wanted one for sure. These were amazing. We ate them throughout the whole week. This is what we had for dinner. Like I said, I just had a potato puree with all of the grilled veggies and shrimp, and it was excellent. I highly recommend trying out this recipe.